I'm Rob, and coming up on R&B Reviews, the little villainous minions from the Despicable Me series get their own effort. I'll have my review coming up.
Have any of you ever dreamt of working for the greatest supervillain of all time? I love you, Scarlet! These are the new recruits. Do you know who this is?
La cucaracha?
This is Queen Elizabeth. And I really want her crown.
You came for the Queen's crown, did you? Well, you're gonna have to get through me.
Thanks for checking out R&B Reviews. Now, whether you think that they are cute or annoying, the minions have taken off since they first appeared in the first Despicable Me movie back in 2010. Now, when I first saw that movie, I wasn't really completely enthralled by them, but when I saw Despicable Me 2, which I think came out in 2013, I did kind of warm up to them. Since then, they've appeared in short commercials and videos, and they now get their own spin-off movie. Minions is a prequel that shows the history of how the minions went through their life purpose of serving one evil villain to another. When they are suddenly without a master to serve, the minions lose their sense of purpose. So three of them, Stuart, Kevin, and Bob, volunteer to go and search for one. Once they end up in the United States, they are recruited by Scarlet Overkill, who's voiced by Sandra Bullock, a supervillain who wants to steal the Queen of England's crown jewels. So, how did this movie turn out? Well, I gotta say, I thought it was alright. Unlike Pixar's Inside Out movie that came out earlier this season, Minions is meant to be a silly, fun, escapist movie without really a deep message, and I really think it does succeed in that department. The movie is loaded with gags for kids as well as adults, but I think the Minions are better in doses, as I felt like as this movie went on, their shtick got old. I think that honestly, I think they work best as comic foils when they have a strong villain like Gru to balance off of. Yes, they do get some moments with Scarlet, but I didn't really think she was that interesting of a character to begin with. I also think that maybe the Minions can carry, short cartoons, but I'm not really sure based on what I saw here they could carry a whole feature film. At times, I felt like the filmmakers were trying to come up with ideas to fill an hour and a half. Now, as for the material itself, there were a lot of jokes that did hit and had me laughing hard, but there were also ones that were predictable or they just fell flat. Now, there was also an attempt to give these three minions, Stuart and Bob and Kevin, their own distinct personalities, but honestly, I kind of felt like they were interchangeable, just like the other minions in the Despicable Me series. Also, there's a lot of music montages, almost back-to-back with music from the 60s, which is where a lot of this movie takes place. While I do like hearing songs in a movie soundtrack, it just became formulaic after a while. Like, for example, there'd be a segment where there'd be a Who song in the background and then a Monkey song in perhaps the next scene, and I felt like it just got a little bit formulaic. It was like they're like, hey, let's throw all these old songs in here and create a nostalgic factor, and I felt like that it didn't really serve much of a purpose at times. Minions, I thought, had its moments, but I felt like there just wasn't enough material for them to cover a whole feature film. I think it does succeed as a silly family film, but I just think they work best as support. I think it's Illumination Entertainment and Universal Pictures that made Minions in the Despicable Me series. If they're interested in keeping the Minions as solo characters, perhaps, continue to feature them in short cartoons, maybe even give them a TV show, a half-hour TV show where there's like three 10-minute segments that have separate storylines, and I think they might be strong in that department. But as for this feature film, it's not a bad movie, but it really wasn't that great either. While I think this movie might be a nice family trip to the movie theater, I think it's honestly a movie that you can just wait and watch at home when it comes out. Alright, well that's my review of Minions, and I'm going to go ahead and open the comment box to you. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it more than I did? Were you disappointed with it? Go ahead and post your comments, and also visit the main page and look at some other movies that are currently playing in the theaters or currently on DVD or streaming on demand. And if you're interested, consider being a subscriber. Alright, well thank you very much for watching.